Hey guys, it's me, and once again it has been a long while. I remember in my previous video I had a long break before then, and I said that I would want to be more active on YouTube after then. That turned out to not be the case. In fact, this break was far longer than the previous. So long in fact that you'd be forgiven if you thought that I was actually quitting YouTube. So I apologize for my inactivity, and I apologize if I have indicated that to be the case. I didn't want to bring this up just like in a pinned comment or in the start of a video or even just in a community post, because there are a few things about this subject that I wanted to address. The first thing I want to talk about is why I feel the need to make a whole video about the subject. I want to address this subject both for you guys' benefit, the benefit of you guys, as well as my own. My own benefit because the thing about YouTube is that if you're inactive for a long time, even just a few months, your YouTube channel and its growth can be negatively affected by that, and understandably so. And I have been gone for a very long time, so much so that if I felt like I just started uploading again, like nothing happened, it probably wouldn't be noticed or taken seriously as a true return to regular uploading on YouTube. So I wanted to make a video telling you guys that I do intend to return to YouTube and upload as often as I can. More on that in a minute. And for your guys' benefit as well, on the same line of reasoning. I know you guys have been lacking content from this channel for a while now, and I can certainly understand why that may be a disappointment. And again, you guys may have gotten the idea that this YouTube is being discontinued or something. And so I want to address that that is not the case. I simply had to be gone for a long time, but now I am intending to return and upload as often as I can. So I'll go over the few reasons as to why I've been gone for so long, the main ones anyway. The first one I want to mention isn't the main reason, it's just one that I want to address early on. A part of it has been due to technical difficulties. You see, how I used to make my YouTube videos, more specifically how I would record gameplay for said videos, is that I would use the Xbox Console Companion app on my computer to stream gameplay from my Xbox to my computer, because I play on my Xbox with 90% of my videos. However, that doesn't seem to be an option anymore, because the Xbox Console Companion app seems to be quite broken now. At first I thought it was just me having technical difficulties, but I looked more into it recently, and it seems like a lot of people were having the same issues that I was having, and it seems that the Xbox Console Companion app is being discontinued anyway, because it can't be used for the Xbox Series X and S. I can't confirm that because I haven't played on the Xbox Series X or S, but that does seem to be the case from what I've read and stuff. So instead, I used the streaming feature of the standard Xbox app, which doesn't seem to be as great and as stable as streaming through Xbox Console Companion. So that's why the quality of this gameplay is actually a bit inferior than you might be used to. At least it was during the recording of said gameplay. Hopefully once editing of this video is completed, that will improve it somewhat. And it's also why you may occasionally notice that the graphics dip occasionally. And it's also why you may notice this little thing in the bottom left corner. That's just a part of the Xbox app. I was considering cropping that out, but then I decided not to, because I realized that if I cropped that, then for the video to look even, I'd have to crop all across the video, which would probably look even worse than simply having that in the bottom left corner, especially since it's not particularly noticeable. So that was a technical difficulty that I was having. I was trying to fix it by seeing if I could fix the Xbox Console Companion app, but that doesn't seem to be an option. And by the way, if any of you guys are aware of any better method, I'd greatly appreciate any ideas in that regard. But alas, that isn't the main reason for my very long absence. The main reason is more because I'm not going to get into specifics, because I feel like a lot of it is quite presumable. The end of last year into the beginning of this year, that was a pretty long and time-consuming time for me. It was when I graduated high school, and it was when I legally became an adult. And of course, with those things come a lot of new responsibilities, such as getting a job, for example. Which are responsibilities that I haven't had any issue with, of course. It's just that working on those has taken up much of my time. And also because during that time I gained a few new responsibilities that I wasn't quite used to needing before then, I got a bit of an issue with procrastination, which also had an effect on my inactivity, and that part I will take responsibility for. That is my fault. But yeah, those are the main reasons as to why I've been inactive for so long. So here's the thing, I didn't want to be away from YouTube as long as I was. Making YouTube videos is something I really enjoyed doing, have missed for quite a bit, and hope to get into now that I've gotten most of my stuff in order. Now I will state that I won't upload as often as I have in the past. I don't have like as much time to do that, unfortunately. And also because when returning to YouTube, I want to return to being able to make high quality videos, which of course will require more time in and of itself. So like I said, uploads won't be as common as they have been in the past, but I'll definitely work as often as possible. Which brings me to the main thing in this video that I really want to talk about, that is my plans for returning to YouTube. Here I want to address some of the projects that I'm going to be working on so that you guys have something to look forward to in the future. So to start off with, I of course have to address the elephant in the room, except I'm not sure if that's really the appropriate metaphor in this circumstance because elephant in the room is usually used in a negative context, whereas this is very much the opposite to that. That is our 1,000 subscriber milestone. I have to thank you guys for this. I'm especially surprised that we managed to make this number since this number was reached during my absence. It honestly feels like a heavily undeserved gift, and for that I am grateful. Like, I know this sounds probably cliche, but the genuine truth is that words cannot express how glad I am that we have been able to reach this milestone, especially when we did. So once again, I have to thank you guys for that. And as for the respective project, I have promised you guys that we would make a subscriber special video for this milestone, and I still intend to do so. That will be an upcoming project, now that I am making a return to YouTube. But even so, I had to acknowledge this great achievement of our community to some extent in this video. So thank you guys. The next thing I want to announce is a new Discord server. Quite a while ago, in fact not long after I first started this entire YouTube channel, I created a Discord server. However, that Discord server was short-lived, and understandably so, because that was when our community was far smaller. In fact, I don't even think our subscriber count was in the hundreds at that time. We are now a far, far bigger community, so now it does seem appropriate to have a Discord server for us. And speaking of Discord, I do mean it when I say I want to be an active YouTuber again, and I intend to use Discord to help with this. If I am again absent for a concerning amount of time, not that it'll be for anywhere near as long as this has been, but I will address it in the Discord server to let you guys know that it is just a project that's taking longer than expected, or because of other circumstances, just so that no one is left in the dark about that subject from now on. Another thing I want to announce is that this YouTube channel will have more playthrough videos in the future. A while ago I used to make playthrough videos as well as lore videos on this channel, except I've kinda died down on that and focused exclusively on lore videos for a while. And speaking of which, lore videos will continue to be the priority of this channel, but I do want to also make Let's Play videos every once in a while. In fact, I already have started working on a particular playthrough series, so there's something to look forward to in the very near future. And speaking of lore videos, there is another universe that I've recently been taking a lot of interest to, largely because of a friend of mine who will remain anonymous in this video has got me interested into it. So Shout out to that one guy who I'm not going to address by name. That universe being Warhammer 40k to be specific. This universe's lore is insane in both quality and quantity. And not just its lore, its video games, and its primary media, its board game, they're all great as well. So it's a franchise that I'm very excited to look into, especially for the sake of this channel. And the last future endeavor that I will bring up in this video is making videos about writing. That is, analyzing the writing of video games, movies, books, the characters within them, and things related to that. It's a subject that I've been particularly interested in as of recently, and also one I find relevant for this channel, since this channel specializes in covering lore, which in and of itself is an aspect of writing, particularly world building, that is. So that is another thing I'm very much looking forward to. So that's some of the things that I want to add to this channel now that we are making a proper return to it. And with that, I've addressed all the things that I wanted to talk about in this video. So I'll end off by apologizing once again for my absence. Like I said, it is also partially my fault, but regardless, I am disappointed that I've had to be gone for as long as I have been. And I apologize for disappointing you guys if I have done so. And with that, I also want to end off by saying that I am back. Now, like I said, uploading as often as I have in the past won't be as practical, so there will still be a few weeks or even 1 to 2 months between videos. When that is the case, don't be alarmed. That is simply because of outside circumstances, or simply because the video project itself may be taking longer than anticipated. So, anyway, I will end off the video here. I am glad to be back, and I hope to see you guys again in the future.